there's been a slight confusion because the description of what he was going to talk about this morning is actually wrong, and although he asked for it to be changed, it wasn't changed. So if you think that you're going to find out everything there is to know about Taoism and five spirits in the next 45 minutes, I'm afraid you're not. But you're going to find out something much more exciting for such a brief period of time. Which is to hear a little bit and experience also the tradition of heart-mind cultivation and how this applies to helping people, treating them. And that's what Marston is going to talk about. I think I would encourage people at that to move forward because he's also going to be using the board. So do feel free to just move forward.
So thank you all for coming. So because you see the framing part, especially detailed what I'm going to teach, that was 2 years ago I did a lecture on the Chinese astrology part. So that detailed description was from 2 years ago. That's a 2 hours lecture. And this time they asked me to do the 五神炁针, the 5 spiritual qi needling method. Then the description didn't change it. So if you want to know more that part, actually you could suggest publish WuShenQiZhen published my wife's book, the Chinese astrology parts, all the detailed information in her book. Just recently, a few days ago, they released. I think WuShenQiZhen has that book. So now I just focus on the qi needling part, okay? So the number one important part, the qi needling, the need cultivate your qi, because we are in the old shaman tradition, the still tools we use for healing. The needle is one. We use more often actually brush. You maybe should confuse the brush for writing. Yes, it's for writing, but it is very important to understand the Chinese written character, the origin invented is not from someone just for, I'm going to write a letter to you for this purpose. Of course, in the classroom, all scholars talk that way. But if you look at the reality, so all the documents, mythology, story, it's not like that. Yeah, it's for communication, the character invented, but it's not a communication between you and me, unless you are the immortal God, you and me. The origin is the communication is between man and nature, the man, human being, and the spiritual world. So that whole story behind. And you see the earliest documents, earliest written character go back, say, modern archaeologists that discovered tons of the old written style with carving on the turtle, shell animal scapula, the old written style we call the auricle bone written style. Why I call the auricle bone? Because you see there all the writings, it's not for a letter I'm sending to you, it's always about the king. The emperor has some questions, do the divination, need to ask the spiritual world or ancestor, and that's the divination that all the questions and the answer recorded on that written. That's why it's called oracle book. And also the Chinese mythology story was the Changjie, one of the minister of the Yellow Emperor. His name is Changjie. He was the person invented the first written character story about once he created the first symbol, the whole spiritual world was shaking, the nature was happening, the whole big rain comes down. The rain falling down is not like now small drop rain, like the chestnut, that big pouring down. The whole ghost and the spirit all screaming, crying, all the water was loud. Why? Because the secret is leaking. The symbol bring the secret spiritual world to the human being. So that's the whole Chinese writing character, the invention, the origin. So we carry on the later use of the soft brush So when we do the writing, still need that think about earliest writing, carving in to the bone, animal bone, you need that power. So when we use the soft, this morning I talked about it with soft, which you need the hardness. So when we do writing, it's not just a soft writing, no power, need penetrating in power. So that's the whole yin and the yang. The brush is soft. You can, when you get home, try writing is hard to control. Then we have involved a lot of technique part. So the brush is all this we use for healing very often. Then another part you can easily to understand why for healing, talisman. Talisman still modern days we use a lot. In temples still use it. Daily life we use it to draw for healing purpose, for create harmonious feng shui. And that's the brush, the number one tool. Then needle also shaman use a needle. That's how I grew up to see the local shaman people sick, how that works. Kind of like that's how I started involved with the whole Chinese medicine. I never went to school, but that's how I grew up. The whole background kind of curious how that works. But it works. Modern educated with the time we are in school, all this is superstition, rubbish you shouldn't learn. And even when I was in the high school, college, like discuss those topics with my classmates, they laughed at me like you are so stupid, you are kind of modern educated people even believe those kind of things. But the reality I saw, works. People, here is pain, stomach ache, okay, go right to the local shaman, stick needle in our gum. When we fishing village eat a bone, the fishy bone, we not like American boneless fish, all from head to tail. You can give me a fishy head. I have the skill, toss in my mouth, I can spit the bone, all the teeth out with my mouth, no problem. I grew up with that skill. But when you little kid, often, oops, the bone stick in your throat. So what do? The local shaman, I still remember, they will draw some talisman, water, or cake, then you take it out, transform, no problem. You don't have to go to hospital, take that bone out. And we have all those kind of weird technique, but it works. And if you look at the classics, a lot of old classics, they have those talisman treatment technique. But modern days, they reprinted, they took away. Why? Superstition. Those are involved superstition, saying we deleted it, republic, like swing smell. A lot of people know swing smell, king medicines from Tang Dynasty 1,400 years ago, the famous Chen Jingfang. And in his book has 2 volumes, special introduce, teach you how to use the talisman, different talisman for different technique. And for healing part, the one contribution still go back to Yellow Emperor, called on the 13 volumes involved different technique for different kind of diseases. So that's the whole use the brush as a tool. But the important is not just, okay, this talisman works or not. Didn't work. Most people didn't work. Why didn't work? Because you don't have that cultivation. You don't have that ability to activate, to connect with that spiritual energy. That's why. Is anyone can hear you back there? Is it better? Okay. Not too loud. Okay. Okay. Pocket may be easier. Okay, that's bad. Maybe hang off this, maybe. Okay, thank you. Okay, better, good. So, the most important part is the cultivation, because what I use example, what's the talisman? Just like different talisman, you different iPhone app. And you need to have your what's that cultivation about? You need to have the special passing, the teacher passing to you, and you know how to access, like you need password. Otherwise, the app didn't work. My iPhone didn't work in UK because I didn't pay the service. So I even have my password, everything didn't work. So you need to have that ability to connect different energy, just thinking about different company, different app. You have the different purpose. Okay, so that's how it works. So I kind of today introduce you, because the 5 spirits they involved the whole 5 organ systems that human being's body, Head is your heaven, sun the spirit. Lower body, the leg carry you around, just like earth carry you around, that's earth. Between heaven and earth, human beings, like a trinity, like man and nature is the same. So that's why you learn Chinese medicine. Everything is go back to your this part. This is your human being's body headache. What's going on? Or maybe stomach problem, have some gallbladder problem, or your foot pain, or maybe has kidney weak or whatever. Always program the 5 organs. So the 5 organs also in the whole spirit connect with the celestial world. That's the sky. You look up the sky. That's the in our universe. So whole what we believe the center is the Big Dipper. So in Chinese, there's a Big Dipper in the center. The 7 stars, whatever. The dot in the center. And then around 7, the center, that's the eclipse. The Chinese would call the yellow belt. So around the zodiac, the Western world is a similar idea. So that's the Chinese shading we have 28 lunar mansions. So each one has 7 mansions. Then each mansion forms the spiritual animals. Eastern traditional map always the south is the top. So left is east, is the dragon left. Right is your tiger on the right. Okay. Front is your red bird. Sometimes they translate red phoenix actually. So traditional word is not phoenix, chick, sparrow. Literally sparrow, not a fancy bird, some red bird. Then the back is a turtle snake, and the center. So your body is the same. Microcosmos, your liver, lung, liver function ascending, the east, lung descending, the tiger. So liver spirit is dragon, the same. So lung is a tiger spirit. Heart is bird. Your kidney is turtle snake. What's the center? Your mind, heart, mind. So the Big Dipper is heart of the celestial world. And it's the same thing with your heart, mind. That's your spring center. What's that? Spirit, not animal. So that's what we call in Chinese called yellow lady, Bangpo, like matchmaker. Because all this Chinese family, not that old when I grew up at time. So all the villages still matchmaker. People know free dating. All the arranged marriage people. My brother only 2 years older than me. One time he got married, he maybe never met his wife or family arrangement. So I got lucky, I escaped. So I can come here to talk. So anyway, so that's the center, kind of making that sense. Internal alchemists often talk about the 3 families meet together. The fire and the wood is one family. So wood gives fire. Metal and water is one family. Center is earth. So because we cannot go through all the movements, I just share a couple movements to help you cultivate your qi. And then next I will share a talisman with you and try to let you experience a little bit of the qi needling technique. Okay? So just do one movement. You can sit, relax, let your energy move a little bit. So down the lean back, you just sit kind of like 1/3 of the chair when you sit on the chair. You know, use 1/3. So you still have space between, so your body can move. So the part, you know, a lot of friends this morning came yesterday morning, we did the dragon body. So that's the whole from the heart, mind, sport systems. So you try to make your spine move first. You can sit, you know, tuck in your tailbone, suck in your chest. So same thing like hands up a little bit. Yeah, close. Kind of back to your baby infant state. Breathe out, stretch, let your body push ahead. If you push up, same as hands go down to your dantian. Breathe in, tuck in. Breathe in, breathe out, stretch. Yeah. Yeah, breathe in. tucking, let's hold it like expand your central spiritual channel, open up. Yeah, breathe out, breathe in. Tucking your tailbone, breathe in, close your shoulder. Breathe out. Yeah. Again, breathe in. Try hold the posture. Let's try do couple holding breath. Try follow me. Let's do a holding breath. Take deep breath. Hold your breath. Breathe out slowly. Imagine the chi bring to your dantian, to your lower belly. Hold the posture, okay? That will help you, your body getting warm, getting hot. Breathe in again. Focus on your dantian. Hold. Breathe out. Still focus on your dantian. Hold. After breathe out, hold. So that's the way the heat is refined, the internal organ, it transforms your energy. Okay, try one more time. You get the right method, you don't need to take a long time to heat up your body. Okay, this time you can hold as long as you can try yourself. You can both ends, breathe in, hold, breathe out, also hold. Hold as long as you can. When you finish your holding breath, you just back to regular breathing pattern. Still hold your posture. Feel the energy because the heat is still working with your body. That's one of the important steps in the Qigong internal alchemy cultivation. Ignite your inner fire. Refine your liquid, your body, just like Earth, 70% of, more than 70% of the water. So the tradition we call it refine your liquid, another name for Qigong. Okay, try. Take another deep breath. Let's try together. Breathe out, straighten your back. Hands go down. Slowly, head push up. Okay, try. Again, breathe in, tuck in your tailbone, suck in your chest, suck in, curve your back. Monkey back. Breathe out, stretch. Head push up. Feel your head pushing the sky. Try one more time. Breathe in, tuck in. Breathe out. Okay, then next we try one more movement. Is a tiger move. Is a connect with the tiger spirit. Tiger is the chi, lung, the all Western celestial world. So you can try. Follow me. Breathe in. You can just sit down still. Breathe in. You suck in a little bit, tuck in. The body part is same. Just we did hands kind of like open. The lung spirit like a flower. We call it Hao Hua. The spiritual name for lung we call it Hao Hua in the shaman tradition. So each part of your body has a spirit. Each organ has a spirit, has a spiritual name. That's what the tradition we cultivate. Hao Hua like a flower, kind of blooming, rising. Okay. Then here it come down, descending. Make a fist. Right hand make a fist. Come down. Left on top. Yeah. Yeah. Just relax. Bring down. Stretching naturally. Breathe in. Then switch the other side. Breathe in. Also like flower blooming, rising. Breathe out, left hand, like tiger, come down, like the power of the tiger. So that you need power. When you work with patient disease, just like what's the devil or what's the enemy, that's the same thing. Breathe in. Yeah, then right hand make a fist, just repeat left, right, stretch. Breathe in, suck in. Yeah, suck in, breathe out, stretch, turn, yeah, just relax. The hands part just inhale. Exhale. Yeah. Yeah, feel that power. Inhale. Exhale. Yeah. Try one more round. Breathe in. Feel your whole energy suck in. The lung chi is a West spirit flower rising, transform to the tiger. You can make sound even. Then other side, breathe in. Yeah, left hand make fist tiger. Okay. Yes, that's to help your energy warm up. Then next, try learn a talisman, because you have the energy, you can sense it. Otherwise, you just draw a talisman like just a symbol, nothing. So next part, I will. The central of the five spirit, because each have the one, because we don't have time for very detailed, but I give you the one most important one, the essence, Big Dipper, is control the whole five spirit, mother of the Big Dipper. So that's the we call the Domo. In Chinese, Domo means the mother of the Big Dipper. So the symbol, I just draw here first. I will use another paper to show you. So basically, you kind of like a Tai Chi symbol, go circle, middle part as a dog. So I will try here again. Okay. So you see here, start breathe in, breathe out, one breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So that's the way you draw, okay? So now I just want you try yourself to use it. When in the tradition we use a brush. Now you don't have a brush, what you can do. So the typical traditional way we use the finger, sword finger, they call the sword finger. Your thumb on top of the ring finger, the two fingers need to straight, not a curl. Your sword has a power, curl is no power. So that power, you just, doesn't matter if left-handed person, you can use left hand, okay? Saying, just relax, you're sitting there, pointing to your lowering point. Yeah, relax. Now you just think about draw this symbol, follow me, yeah. Breathe in first, then breathe out, you draw the symbol. Then middle part of the dot, breathe in again, breathe out. You just repeat that. Draw to yourself. Now, if you get it, relax, close your eyes, keep repeating. Breathe in, breathe out, relax your hand. Left hand, relax. I lift up high because I want you to see it. And if you do it, you just relax. Yeah, sitting there. Breathe in, breathe out. Relax, bring your eyesight back to your body. Breathe in, breathe out, concentrate, relax. Do your own writing gradually. Maybe you can feel the energy moving in your hand. You more jaw, you will feel the power. Then next, I just, okay, now you can put down, suck in your left hand with chi, whatever that you cultivate usually after you draw. Swallow down to your dantian, the energy. That's it, you use it. So because we have a lot of people, I'm not sure I have enough brush. I particularly, one part I just want you guys have the experience with the brush, the way how it works. So, so you kind of work each other. One person as a receiver, one person as a healer. You just sit or standing in front of your neighbor, or standing or sit one person. Kind of like another way easier to test. Just everyone, now I can do a little test. You just open. Herbu point is easy to feel the chi, or Labun point you can open like this, or now you can open like this, relax, yeah. Hands on your lap, relax. So, Herbu point, I kind of try to do a group chi needling. Some of you, I assume most of you could feel it. Relax your eyes, you don't need to look at me, just relax your, just like thinking about I'm going to stick your acupuncture needle in your Herbu point, you open that, how you ask your patients open the Herbu point, right? So that's just like you receive the needle, okay, holding that posture. relax, relax your eye. Yeah, hands on your lap, relax. Yeah, then I just kind of do a group needling. Maybe you can sense it. Maybe some of you even can feel the twist, kind of like needling coming. Okay. Yeah, so now I try you guys work each other. I have some brush, you can border work each other, can switch, I give you a time, you can feel it, working each other. You just, when you're working it, you just use the jaw symbol. Because a lot of time my personal experience is work different kind of patients. Some condition is easier with the physical needle, and some condition actually much more powerful without the needle, just use a brush, draw the symbol. I can give you example. Just the springtime I did a workshop retreat in American. Jessica was there. I have one of the students from Sweden. So she came and she had some chronic knee pain. Then the time when she arrived at the States, it was totally sore, worst, couldn't move. And then I was teaching the class, during that, oh, you lying on the sofa in the room. Then I just grabbed one of my new brush. It's a different size, different purpose for writing, also different healing. I just grabbed one of the exactly same brush. I just draw the talisman. Just take a couple of minutes, less than 2 minutes, and done. Okay. And then after that, then she was totally recovered. I didn't expect that quick. I just thinking I help her, she in the pain, and then sometimes never knows the magic happened. So that's just one simple example. Sometimes just you thinking this is the kind of works or not, just try. You can working on Laogong. Also, you can working just draw this symbol on someone has some pain or some physical problem. You can try work each other. Give you, because we still have 15 minutes left. So enough time. Everyone, I give you 3 minutes to work with each other. Okay? If you don't have the brush, use the salt finger. It's the same. Understand? If you understand, don't waste your time. Do it here now. Yeah, you follow the brush.
Let's see if we can get a brush. Just use your fingers.
Yeah, 2 people as a group. One person has one person down the knee. They did it.
Yeah, you can pass one brush on.
Going for a brush?
Yeah.
Have a brush.
I need to find somebody. Have you got someone?
I just think you get a brush.
Okay, also this one can use also.
I'm pretty funny because it's
Right, it's Sunday after a bad night and a full tummy. There is no spoon.
No, exhale. Beginning part, inhale, exhale. Yeah, deep breath, exhale.
On your foot.
Inhale first, then exhale. When you jaw, it's exhale, yeah. Okay, everyone, when you start, jaw is a breathe in. When you jaw is yang energy bring. You need to understand breathing pattern. Breathe in is yin, you kind of taking the energy. Breathe out is you sending the energy. So when you breathe in, you kind of like getting energy ready and start. Breathe out is kind of help release the energy to the patient's body. You are borrowing the energy from the universe. It's not from your own body. Okay, don't worry. If you keep a practice more, actually, you also gain more benefits. That's my personal experience. Because you're channeling the big deeper celestial energy through your body. So breathe out, so circle down. Start dot again, breathe in again, then breathe out, make it dot. Total 2 breaths. Okay? Understand? Breathe in to start. Breathe out, big jaw line. Then breathe in again, breathe out, making the dot. Okay? Okay, yeah. Now concentrate your breath, everyone. Relax. Receiver and healer, concentrate your breath. Job, symbol, or whatever. You work with the other person, don't waste your time. Experience it is very important. I give you 3 minutes, then switch around. Give you a little nice medicine music. Yeah, don't touch, especially those people don't have a brush. You can leave the space further, at least 10 centimeters away. Even half meters away, no problem, okay. Yeah, focus on your breath, everyone.
Overheating. Sorry.
Relax, close the eyes, easier to receive the energy. Yeah, looking within, that's the way how you easier resonate with the person. That's all the traditional ways of resonation. Just like your iPhone, you have to resonate with your frequency right way to do. Otherwise, it doesn't work. So everyone focus on your breath. Yeah, that's only you need, and then just simple. And as a receiver, you just breathe into wherever you want to help with your body. You have some physical need help, or emotionally, mentally need help. You just think about that. Okay, now you can switch position. The healer became the receiver, and the receiver became the healer. Switch position, okay, please. Okay, no talking. I will give you you time talking. Now let's focus on walking. Okay, walk each other. Breathing, still focus on your breath. Okay, please. Yeah. Now focus on walking. We only have 3 minutes. Miss 3 minutes, miss your chance.
I've got high breath.
Focus on your breath, step 1 here. Yeah, focus on your breathing. Okay, can stop. Sit down, please. Thank you. Any point, anywhere. Easier for people Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, sit down, please. So, just a couple of things need to be clear. Fine. So when you join, we choose this point, not really have to be this point. Anywhere, I said, you're working with the patients, any part of the body you can draw. That's how it works, especially patients as directly work with the area, is different from needle. You learn needle, you need to go back to school, all the trainings. So I did a laser study and go to school, learn acupuncture. Because the shaman, the talisman working in the spiritually. So you are not physical, how to, you can use a point, but you don't have to. You directly work with any part of the body, you directly send in the qi. Instant, just like nowadays, easier tell, I said, what's that talisman, the technology is just like modern days, we are internet, instant message. My wife in Sweden, I send a message immediately, receive my daughter, play the game, sending message to Papa, I love you, I immediately received. So that's the part, it's not, okay, what's the acupuncture needle, that's what I use example, just like highway. Before internet, we had to imagine. So we only know highways, communication drive, that's so fancy. You know, from local you can go other place, take several days drive to somewhere. The highway connect to different city, different locations. That's the whole road. That's the meridian systems. So you need to be very careful when you drive home. Still need to be very careful. Navigator now is very convenient all the days. You need to check a map. And that's why you need to go to school training or make sure you get wrong paths. That's the program. Stick wrong points, work with different condition. But that's a talisman is spiritually. So you send the qi direct to any part of the body. You don't have to work in here. That's just one of the sensitive point, easy to sense the qi. And some people, directly work with the body. You can feel it, or the pain release, or better, or something going on. So that's you can use it. But when you get home, want to try continue this practice, it's pretty easy. You need to have ability continually, because here I'm holding the energy field to supporting you. When you get home, maybe you don't have that strong feeling anymore. Most of you, I believe, has some degree of the sensation when the other person working on you. You guys, anyone can feel? Great, thank you. So that's you want to have the strong connection with these symbols. Practice every day. You just draw. If you have a brush, you can go get a brush. From the store, nice one. You feel comfortable use, and you holding like this, brush the way, correct the way you're holding like this. But of course, you didn't get it. It's okay. 4 fingers. We usually don't use little finger. Little finger is kidney finger. Your storage, don't disturbing your kidney qi. Because forbidden finger. These 4 fingers. Okay. 2 one side, 2 other side. That's how you hold. And then you just draw. If you don't have brush, use your short finger. Also works. Practice. Every day at least 10 minutes. 49 days, you will feel big difference. The shamanic tradition, 49 days is a kind of 7 days. You learn Chinese medicine, knows every 7 days energy change. You have the 12 meridians and 6 pathologies, 6 different energy in the universe, your body. Also, when energy take in charge, 7 days is a repeating circle, 1 circle. So 7 times 7 is a great transformation, allow your whole body and the nature resonate. So 49 days cultivate. So that you will feel more powerful to work with patients. Of course, you often use the practice, always good. I've been practicing more than 40 years. I still practice it, use it. So that's the whole, you more use it, that way connect with the symbol. So you can continue carry the method in your clinical practice in your future, work with patients. You can try some different conditions. You feel with regular needle work not that good result, you can try use a brush or use short finger, use a talisman. So bring to the clinic. So this is kind of all the method I learned from my master. He's a Chinese medicine doctor, used it in his whole life. Okay.
Would you be also able to use a pencil?
You can try, but don't have as a power as a brush. It's different. Yeah, any tool, pencil, yes, you can use. But I would recommend you use a brush. It's different. It has that special hair usually, and the way it's whole design is a way kind of like a stick, connect with heaven and earth. But of course, you can use pencil, but you could feel different. You can try. The different tools and the different size of the brush also different. This is kind of more smaller, and for the big single joint talisman, like a group, I use the big brush. So all kind of like that energy different. Yeah. Okay. Any questions? ran out of time. Okay, one last question.
So when I was doing it, I could feel the end of the brush kind of shaking.
Yeah, yes.
What do you do then? Are you supposed to?
Let it be concentrate your breath. It's very common you feel shaking, the energy moving. The spiritual energy, the one part is the feeling, you sense it, kind of shivering, shaking, sometimes the energy comes. So that's the kind of like, you go to church or some secret place, you suddenly feel shivering. What's that? Spiritual energy. So spirit, the symbol for spirit, the Chinese symbol is like this. Sorry, the English, I wash it away because it's used for the other person. Just like lightning. Lightning, the oldest character, only one style. Lightning stretch, spirit is the same symbol, no different. So you just think of the lightning. That's the spirit. Okay, so that's kind of very common. You just concentrate your breath. Still concentrate on what you are doing. Okay? Okay, thank you all. I have a few items if you are interested in purchase. Brush also. If you want to have my nice brush also available. 15 pounds.
I don't know. I've got someone who's got those. So I'm going to you guys doing the plate. And it's one of the other. Oh,
Also, you can use
concentration.
Okay.
Bleeding.
Should I increase the price?
So there you go. Probably do with letting out some batteries. But no. Yes. Definitely.
Or you can give me extra $5, can grab a couple bag of tea. Tea I usually sell three. It's a very good quality tea at different times. If you're into tea, you can. What? Yeah, it's my book. This is a WuShenQiZhen related with the topic I'm talking. Singing Dragon has this book. Singing Dragon. Yeah. If you need a sign and brush available, I can sign for you.
I've got a lot of respect.
No, come on. So now, yeah, 2 bags, because usually I have 1 bag 3 pounds, 2 bags 6 pounds, so you put extra bonus. Okay.